with our stuff? And then second, would it be safe for our people to actually use?
That's where Lance Corhorn with Ladder 34 comes in.
He sent some samples our way and we started experimenting with them.
Usually his staff takes retired fire hoses and turns them into bags or belts. Now they're contracted to make Carlton's designs right here in Grand Rapids.
It's a balance of both things, but we're making it work here.
Lance will need to hire extra staff to keep up with the demands for each one.
Busy, yeah. We're the days are getting longer, and staff is here most days now. So yeah, we're expecting a busy next few months.
G95 alone has 1,000 pending orders, and with growing demand.
Our stuff is gone. It's been crazy, and it's kind of gone through the roof.
With anything you sew, though, there's a cost.
It is almost, what? It's 4 times what it cost us over there.
A cost that reaps a promise of protection.
We're in the business of making something that helps protect you. So if there's a piece of the puzzle that I can make sure, we'll guarantee that.
Carlton with G95 says that right now they're really focusing on making gaiters as well as scarves, but they could be making the more complex products like hoodies in the upcoming months, but that takes a little bit more figuring out. Reporting in Grand Rapids, Angeline McCall, Fox 17 News.
Now, Carlton began talking with Lance after he bought a belt from him, and that led to their business partnership. If you'd like to learn more about those products and see them for yourself, we have a link on our website.
We got some great weather on the way this weekend, but of course, before we get there, we're going to see some conditions that we might not like so much.
Yeah, you got to go through a little bit of the bad to get to the good. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Kevin Craig to find out what exactly we have in store. Kev.
Yeah, there's not anything that's too terrible. We've got some rain and some snow showers out there right now, and that is about it. Nothing's even showing up here in Holland. This is along the walkway in Collin Park. Good evening, everybody. It might be a little chilly for a walk out there right now because we got a little bit of a wind field out there as well, which is going to be breezy tomorrow, too. 40 degrees is the normal or the average high for this time of the year. We made 49 in Grand Rapids and Lansing. 50 degrees or better here at the reporting stations in Holland, Kalamazoo, and Battle Creek. Morning lows were in the 20s. As we look at live Doppler radar, everything you see in green here, that's liquid precipitation. Some light rain showers. Everything in blue, that's some snow. So obviously, as we zoom in on this, we have some rain and some snow mixing together, especially from Grand Rapids off to the north. There may be more of this that forms and extends down across our southern counties as well. It's fairly light stuff. It's enough to wet the pavement down, but look for the chance of some rain and snow showers over the next few hours until temperatures drop a little bit, and then we'll see it all change over to just the chance of some snow showers overnight. You can see some of this still has to kind of rotate on through the area. There's been even a couple of lightning strikes down there across extreme southern lower Michigan, but that is moving away from us. This is all being generated by that low pressure area. Our current temperatures, mid to upper 30s out there, still hanging on to 41 degrees right now in Benton Harbor. And your Friday bus stop planner shows temperatures in the mid 30s tomorrow morning. At least a chance of some snow showers along and west of US 131. Otherwise, I think we started to break out into partly sunny skies, especially inland. Mid 30s at noon. We only make the upper 30s to around the 40 degree mark tomorrow. We should see increasing sunshine through the afternoon hours, but a breezy day. North-northwest winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour, so it may not necessarily feel like it's around 40 degrees. And then things really get good for the weekend. We're talking sunshine, we're talking temperatures in the 40s and eventually the 50s. And it all happens on the weekend. That's the best part of it. We'll look at that part of the forecast and beyond coming up just after 10:30, Doug.
All right, thank you, Kevin. A lot of communities in West Michigan have seen high water levels in the past few months. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, it's made for a rough winter, and now that's stretching into the summer, too. Fox 17's Julie Dunmeyer explains.
A difficult decision in South Haven to cancel their annual 4th of July fireworks show. But as you can see, there's just not a whole lot of beach left for all those people to go to watch the fireworks. One of the many reasons the city says it's just not going to happen this year. The water levels in South Haven are simply too high.
The traditional fireworks event on the pier will not occur this summer.
Oh, it's understandable, but it is a bummer.
A bummer indeed. But it's a choice the city manager, Brian Doucette, says they had to make.
We've made the decision just knowing that as we get closer to summer, that water level is projected to rise anywhere from 7 or 8 inches more.
By July, the water is expected to rise another 8 to 10 inches.
We love the fireworks, but I mean, we understand that that, you know, the water level is so high and, you know, we know that the water isn't going down.
It's just not safe for more reasons than one.
There's no beach right now.
On top of the Barely There beach, the pier can't be the launch area when it's practically underwater.
We're in a position where we just want people to know well in advance that the logistics don't work.
Still, it's not all bad.
Good news is I think the beach will stay cleaner this year without the fireworks.
And there are other chances for a fireworks show.
They'll find a time. It'll bring it, you know, it draws people in. They have a good time. We're just starting up the New Year's Eve tradition, you know, with the ball dropping. So I think they'll find a good time for it.
Again, though, the city is not giving up hope about doing some sort of fireworks show at some point this year if those lake levels do diminish. They're considering maybe a New Year's Eve festivities, many other options that they're hoping will work out. But for now, in South Haven, Julie Dunmeyer, Fox 17 News.
Yeah, really a shame. I know a lot of people look forward to that.
Yeah.
This is also a shame. After decades in business, Art Van Furniture is closing its doors for good.
Yeah, all of its stores will be liquidating everything they have starting tomorrow. And announcing that closure, a spokesperson for Art Van also offered sincere appreciation to their employees for their dedication, commitment, and hard work. We've gotten a few calls and emails from people with return issues and warranty problems, and there seem to be quite a few. So for more information on that or any issues with payment plans, you can check out this story on our website.
And the University of Michigan is now facing multiple lawsuits from former athletes who say they were abused by a university doctor and the school didn't do anything to stop him. This all comes as alleged victims call on the Attorney General's office to launch an investigation into the school. One of the men, Robert Stone, says that the university not only gave former Dr. Robert Anderson a salary while all of this was happening, but also a constant stream of potential victims and an office where he could do it. Two Nassar victims were by his side as he shared his story earlier today, calling on the university to learn from the mistakes made at Michigan State University. Stone came forward in 2018, writing a letter to U of M detailing his assault from nearly 50 years earlier. He says he couldn't have done it without the bravery of the women next to him.
I sat on the truth of my assault for 49 years. And it was only because of the courage of the women, some of whom are here with me today, who came forward as part of the Me Too movement.
But sadly, here we are again, to fight institutions and predators, as well as enablers and those that cover up the plight of survivors of sexual violence. Let's not have a repeat of failure of a university. Take this moment and be the better institution in Michigan. You have an opportunity to be the leaders and the best.
Attorney General Dana Nessel today commended the bravery of those who have come forward. She also responded to those calls for an investigation, saying that it would definitely require the full cooperation of the University of Michigan and funding from the state legislature. She says an investigation may not lead to charges, though, because Dr. Anderson died in 2008 and the statute of limitations on his alleged crimes have likely all run out.
We are getting very, very close to Michigan's primary election, and Senator Elizabeth Warren, as of today, is no longer running for president. Her campaign made that announcement just this morning. It did take a couple people off guard, no question, considering just a few days ago she said she wanted to stay in the race until at least the Democratic National Convention. This decision very likely tied to a poor Super Tuesday showing for the Massachusetts senator. She came in third in her own home state behind Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden and never reached the top two in any earlier of the state primaries. Warren is yet to announce which of the remaining candidates she is backing.
And Governor Gretchen Whitmer announcing today that she is supporting presidential candidate Joe Biden. Whitmer's endorsement gives the former vice president another boost after his Super Tuesday success. Whitmer previously said that she didn't plan to endorse a candidate, but told the Associated Press that Biden showed up for the people of Michigan when they needed him, citing his work with President Obama to add health coverage for millions and saving General Motors and Chrysler from financial ruin. Of the 6 states voting next Tuesday, Michigan is a top priority. Senator Bernie Sanders, if you remember, won the state in 2016. And former Republican turned independent representative Justin Amash is reportedly considering entering the presidential race as a libertarian. But he says he would only do it if there was a clear path to victory for him come November. Mosh made headlines last year after he quit the Republican Party while publicly arguing that President Trump engaged in impeachable conduct. Right now, he says he has no timetable for making a final decision and is just weighing his options. Well, home construction is off to a booming start this year in Michigan.
Yeah, but even with a 40% increase in permits for single-family homes, our Aaron Parseghian explains why builders are just cautiously optimistic, Aaron.
Yeah, Doug and Annie, home builders have been busier this year than last, but still down compared to 2017 and 2018. And the Home Builders Association of Michigan is warning about what they say is a housing crisis.
We're on fire. We're building a lot of homes. A lot of buyers are buying homes.
John Bitely is the president of West Michigan-based Sable Homes, a top 250 home builder in the nation, on pace for a great 2020.
We do a lot of them. So when we talked a 9 to 19% increase, that's real numbers.
On this subdivision in Algoma Township, they are building close to a dozen homes, and they're filling up.
Only one of them is available. Everything else is sold, and then we also have orders for, I think, 4 more to put in the ground for people waiting for them.
So what's the issue?
There's a real shortage, and it's getting worse. The public really hasn't felt the impact of that yet.
Both Bitely and the Home Builders Association of Michigan say a shortage of buildable lots and burdensome regulations are making things difficult.
It'd take probably 3 years to get through all the bureaucracy to get a neighborhood like this approved.
And he says many local municipalities make it even harder to build affordable homes.
We're one of the most affordable builders in all West Michigan. And we struggle to produce a house on a lot for $200,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. It's not as big as this one, but it is a nice home, and it's part of it. We just can't get lots and municipalities to let us build them.
But by working together, they believe they can start to address the growing issue.
I'm not going to say everybody, because there are some places that are willing to work and try and get stuff done. But as a majority, most of the municipalities and so on, they want what they want, and we either figure out a way to give them that, and they quite often push for higher priced homes. They don't really care that much if working class America has an affordable home.
Yeah, one thing helping builders this year has been the weather. A brutal, long winter delayed many projects just last year. In the studio tonight, Aaron Parseghian, Fox 17 News.